Hey guys on Facebook, and you're live today, and I hope everything's good to go. I know my internet has been a little wacky today, so if we have good audio, give me a thumbs up in the comments, and of course, if you have any weather-related questions, I'll do my best to answer them, so make sure to comment on this Facebook Live. We have Brianna White saying, hey, glad that you're joining us today. It is Wednesday, and we're still looking at record heat likely this afternoon. In fact, it is already very hot out there. Thanks to the humidity, temperatures flirting with 90 degrees in the city. We're already at 89 and it's 11:30 in the morning. So we're expecting another record heat type day. So we're still looking at triple digit highs, but believe it or not, we're not under a heat advisory or even an excessive heat warning. But regardless of the heat alerts, still practice, protecting yourself by wearing sunscreen, sunglasses, a hat, and just make sure that you're staying cool this afternoon. So we have Cindy Brady saying, hey, Cindy, glad that you're joining us today. Let's get right to the feels like temperatures. I was talking about the humidity. We still have that tropical-like air in the atmosphere. So when you factor in the humidity, that's what's going to make it feel a lot hotter to our skin outside. So right now we're already feeling like 101 in Pearsall, Cotulla. We're at 95 in Carrizo Springs, a feel like temperature of 94 in San Antonio, and 99 degrees in Pleasanton. But yeah, you guys, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I'll do my best to answer them, of course. Reading Linda's comment, she said, can someone please tell people walking your dog on the street at high noon just isn't safe for their little feet? Totally agree. My dog, Ollie, he loves the outdoors, but we only walk him in the morning and also right around sunset to avoid, walking on any hot surfaces. Asphalt, by far the worst. Make sure to feel the concrete or the ground before your dog walks on the ground as well. So that's a little tip there. If you're a dog lover like myself, make sure to just feel how hot the ground is before they walk on the pavement. That's like the biggest tip I can give you. And always keep your pets in mind. Make sure they have plenty of water, they're staying cool. Watch if they're panting a lot. If we see that Ollie's still panting inside, we actually turn down our AC just a little bit. That kind of gives us a hint, that, hey, it's a little too hot inside. So we always keep him in mind. So make sure to protect your furry friends. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, so Cindy, you're exactly right. 4 or 5 in the evening. So that's the hottest time of the day, especially during the summer months. We typically see our high temperature come out, I would say about 5:30. But even though we have our high temperature officially for San Antonio released at that time, it can actually get hotter a little bit. So right around 6 o'clock, we could see our temperature go up by a degree or two. So that's always interesting. That's why Weather Chief Bill Taylor and all of our meteorologists on our weather team, we kind of hold off on that official high temperature till around 6 to 6:30 during the day because it can heat up just a little bit from 5 to 6. But yeah, exactly. We have Hope saying, bring pets inside and don't walk them. Hope, you're exactly right. My dog is always inside. He's a big dog, so we love him inside. We have Michael saying, my vehicle's phone holder adhesive melted yesterday. Wow. I actually have this little quote thing hanging on my rear view mirror. Well, I did at one point, and it completely melted due to the sun and also the heat inside my vehicle too in the summer. So it is really hot, you guys, and we're still looking at record heat today. Our record high is 102 this afternoon, and we're actually looking at a forecast high of 103 in San Antonio. So just letting you know that record heat is still in the forecast today. Unfortunately, no rain chances. We have included some slim rain chances this weekend and also into early next week. So I'll talk more about that in the 7-day forecast. But let's look at the next 12 hours. Wear sunscreen. The UV index is on the extreme side today. That just means it'll take about 10 minutes or less for sun damage or skin damage to occur from the sun. So that is something to keep in mind through the afternoon hours. But of course, our temperatures will fall after sunset. Clouds are going to build back in this evening, so we'll wake up to partly and mostly cloudy sky on Thursday. feel like this week is just flying by. What do you guys think? Audrey wants to know, why is Eagle Pass always blank? So Audrey, to answer your question, it's because their sensor is out. We can't do anything about it. The National Weather Service can't do anything about it. It's mainly the airports and for those over there that own that weather station. So they have to fix it up in order for the temperature to pop up on us here. So unfortunately, that's out of our control, but at least we have kind of a gist of the forecast high for Eagle Pass this afternoon. So they're still looking at 103 degrees there in Maverick County, Del Rio at 103 today. Our forecast high right here in San Antonio, 103. Like I said, a degree above record high. So our record high today, 102. We'll hit 103. That's our likely temperature for this afternoon. But some of us may flirt with 100, not quite get there, like Seguin, Bernie, Kerrville, Fredericksburg, and Rock Springs. Even the Hill Country will be feeling the heat this afternoon. Like I said, no heat advisory and no excessive heat warning, but still take the necessary precautions to protect yourself from the heat this afternoon. It's still pretty dangerous. I would definitely avoid strenuous activity. I got a new bike and I want to ride it so bad, but even myself, I can't ride in this heat because it's just too hot out there. Now let's talk about the aquifer. This has been a big talker, something we have been watching on our end. Right now, Edwards Aquifer sits at 655.3 feet. Now we'll be watching that 10-day average. Now if the 10-day average, it's already below 660, so now we're in stage 1 water restrictions. But if it falls below 650, we'll actually fall into stage 2 water restrictions. So let's talk about this. Here's the drought restrictions that we're looking at for San Antonio. So what does stage 1 exactly mean? We talked about this on our newscast a few days ago, but your watering day will change. So for example, watering with an irrigation system or sprinkler is only allowed once a week, and that's going to be before 11 a.m. or after 7 p.m. So your watering day is determined by the last digit of your address. So you could see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the numbers below those little water drops there. That's when you can determine your watering day. So if you have questions about stage 1 water restrictions, this kind of answers that for you. We'll have to pay attention, though, to that 10-day average. Like I said, if it drops below 650 feet, we could get under stage 2. And Weather Chief Bill Taylor, we've been talking about the drought restrictions, and we haven't been under stage 2 in a while in San Antonio. So I know a lot of us, some of us have moved to San Antonio recently. So if you're new to the area, this is what we always watch. We always look at the Edwards Aquifer. That's our big source of water here in San Antonio. So we typically pay attention to the 10-day average. And if it drops below 660, that's when we get into the stage 1 water restrictions. Stage 2 is 650, and then so on and so forth. So that's what we're looking at. We have Seth saying, hi, Megan. Hey, Seth, glad that you're joining. You're one of our Facebook Live viewers, so glad that you're here today. Cindy says, oh, I get it. I refuse to mow the lawn when it's hot. I do it in the early morning. Yeah, definitely. When I was picking up my groceries curbside the other day, I saw so many people out on bikes and running and walking in the early morning. So you guys are taking the right steps outside. Always do it early morning or late at night is what I suggest. So let's talk about overnight lows. A lot of us will be waking up to warmer temperatures tomorrow. In fact, near 80 in Floresville, Pleasanton, Pearsall, Cotulla. And the reason is we have clouds building in. So the cloud cover will actually act as a blanket, and that's what's going to keep us warmer by sunrise tomorrow. So that's what we're looking at. Yes, conserve water, definitely. We have Alice saying, hi, Megan. It's so hot. I went to run some errands yesterday, and it was so hot I wasn't gone too long. It's going to get hotter. Yeah, definitely. The heat will last today. Now, I have some good news on our 7-day forecast. We've been talking about the heat dome, right? This big blue H, this big area of high pressure that's been keeping the record heat right over South Texas and really Texas as a whole. It's been keeping us dry, record high temperatures. But here's the good news. that heat dome should begin to break down by Saturday. And since it's beginning to break down, we're not looking at record high temperatures. However, there is a catch. You have to pay attention to the humidity. The humidity is what's going on outside. So we'll have a feel like temperature about 100 to 104 over the weekend, but it's not as bad as 107, that record high that we hit on Monday. So it's definitely not as bad as the record highs we've seen over the past couple of days. Here are the slim rain chances, only a 10% on Saturday. I do think most of that spotty shower activity will be southeast of Bexar County. However, come Tuesday, there is a chance we could bump that 10% up to a 20%. So we could see more rain, and it could make it up to the city by Tuesday afternoon. We'll have to watch the weather pattern though, but as of right now, looks like that huge heat dome will really begin to break down by this weekend. So we're only looking at upper 90s. I say only, but hey, it's better than 107, right? So let's look at our 8 to 14 day rainfall. Andrew loves to show this. I love to show it. You can see that big bullseye of below average rainfall. That includes parts of North Texas over the Texas Panhandle into Oklahoma. But for us in San Antonio, it looks like we'll be about average for the next 8 to 14 days. So that's going beyond next Tuesday, beyond the 7-day forecast. Temperature outlook, of course, we're beginning to approach late July. It's hot in Texas. You live in Texas, so go figure, right? But we are looking at average temperatures, a little above average for us here at home. So again, this is beyond the 7-day forecast after Tuesday. We'll go ahead and go back to the 7-day. I know some of you are hopping on and off of this Facebook Live, so I just want to give you a quick look at the 7-day in case you missed it. Let's look at a few. Ellie Banks using the hot emoji. Yep, it is definitely hot here. I think we moved closer to the sun, but I'm not sure. Ellie also saying my air conditioner hasn't stopped running. Ours too, girl. Yes, it is running constantly. Not looking forward to our electric bill, not looking forward to that at all. This is always the worst time of year when it comes to the electric bill, of course, because the AC is constantly running. And, you know, sometimes I open our windows, even though I know I'm not supposed to or I shouldn't because of the heat. It's going to make our AC just constantly run. So I don't know, something about opening windows gives me way more energy, especially since I'm working from home. So the struggle is real, you guys. Yeah, it is definitely later in the day, Michael and Cindy talking about the highs, you know, about 5 to 6 p.m. That's when we'll be around 103 today. So that's what we're looking at. A heat dome is expected to break down this weekend. One thing I don't want to forget is cloudy with a chance of learning. We will continue to do it through late July. We talked about the UV index, what it is on Monday. We had a cool field trip at the Whitty Museum. Andrew covered that yesterday. And remember, if you happen to miss cloudy with a chance of learning, you can find it on our YouTube and our KINS 5 Facebook page. I think it is a lot easier to find it on our YouTube page just because we have that cool playlist that you can see. So it's really well organized, and I just think it's easier to find it that way. We'll be talking all about comments, Hurricane Harvey on Thursday, and another field trip to the San Antonio Zoo. We have meteorologist Stacia Wilson providing more forecast updates at midday today, so don't miss our forecast, and I hope you guys have an awesome Wednesday.